All right, good evening, nerds around the world. Welcome to episode 98 of the Nerds Unite as One podcast. It's Paul English. I'm hosting tonight, and we have a great show for you tonight. It's kind of hard to... No, let me restart that. We all have these movies that we like, but we can't seem to really get... Or that we've seen, and can't seem to give a classification to it. Is it a guilty pleasure, a nostalgia road trip, action thriller, psycho horror, anything like that? So, on this episode tonight, folks, each one of us has picked one movie that falls into that category for us, a movie we can't classify. And working together, we're going to help each other classify these movies. Speaking of the crew, let me introduce him to you right now. You know this man, he's been on even longer than me. It's Chris Miller. How are you, sir?
What's going on, guys? And the version of we're nerds around the world, and Cowboys lost. Victories. You can feel how sweet that is.
Apparently we have somebody here who hates the Cowboys. I wonder how common that's going to be tonight. Colton Hunt is also here. How are you?
Hey everyone, and just quick notes, if you're thinking about seeing the movie Hidden Figures, I saw it earlier today, and I think it's a good one. Did I freeze?
No, but your audio kind of went out for a second.
I was saying I saw the movie Hidden Figures earlier today, and I think it's a good film that I recommend. So if you're feeling on the fence about it, any of our viewers out there.
Okay then, and back again from Geek Salad, we have Mike Gulick. How are you, Mike?
Not too bad. Glad to be here. The outlaw wins always. Sorry, Schmoedown reference.
All right. Okay, guys, so you know what we're doing tonight, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump right in. Chris, let's start with you on this one. What movie have you picked tonight that you kind of have a hard time classifying?
Well, the movie I've chosen is Stanley Kubrick's 1971 adaptation of Anthony Burgess' controversial novel A Clockwork Orange. And this is a movie that was hard to me to describe. I don't know if it's a crime film or it's a science fiction movie or a futuristic movie it's a movie that I think is brilliant, even though it's not a movie for everyone, but it's a movie that I have a kind of a hard time seeing what kind of genre it is up to. So I'm hoping that we find a genre that is fit to classify what kind of movie this is, you know?
Colton.
You didn't say my name. Well, I guess you froze there for a second then. Anyway, sorry.
Any suggestions, Colton? Clockwork Orange? Can you help us out?
Orange. Well, I'd say it is a bit of a futuristic sort of psycho. I'm speaking more so as someone that's read the book than seen the film, but from what I've seen of the movie, I'd probably say it's, a futuristic sort of psychological sort of thing. We got main character Alex, that's his name, right? And being brainwashed into being a well-behaved citizen and all that jazz, even though, and there's it's bringing up all the they're talking about all the morality of it all, is it right to make him, to force him to be good, even though it's not really, he really isn't good, but he has no choice in the matter and all that jazz. Something like that, I'd say.
Okay. Mike, what about you? Any suggestions on how to help Chris out with this?
I would call it a dystopian thriller. It's definitely set in a dystopian future where the evil are forced to be good, even if against their will.
Right.
So that's very a dystopian future society type thing. It's basically a thriller because this is just general genre that it would fit to. So I would go with dystopian thriller personally.
All right. That's a movie I've never seen. Though based on a Simpsons parody that I've seen of it. Aside from Mindfuck, which I don't think would be a official classification for it, I'd probably have to go a psycho horror movie, pretty much. Or a mindbender horror.
I don't know, it's mindbender. I think it's pretty much like a psychological thriller, dystopian thriller. Sci-fi, maybe crime thriller, I suppose.
It's definitely got a bit of a horror short binge too, I'd say, though. I mean, that scene where they had to, do the where they have him strapped down to that chair and everything. It was they had to actually have an actual doctor on set, so Malcolm McDowell's eyes would stay actually hydrated for real, and not get damaged due to them being forced open.
The movie is not really for everyone. Basically, maybe people might be turned off by the violence and rape of it. It's the rape scenes. Yes, really, it's a really tough film to watch, and quite disturbing. But what Gruber did was brilliant, and it's hard for me. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to think of a phrase of what to call this movie.
Dystopian psycho thriller. I think that's a commonality I'm sensing among everybody.
Dystopian psychological thriller, crime, basically.
No, just dystopian psycho thriller.
Maybe.
That's kind of the thread I'm getting from everybody here. Do you think that's a title we can all agree upon?
Yeah, you can't really call it a crime movie because, I mean, yeah, they do crimes, but it's not about the crime itself. It's about the people that are committing the crimes. And like crime movies and crime thrillers are all about trying to solve a crime.
I guess pretty much.
So, what do you think, Chris? Are you satisfied with that classification?
Maybe I would call it like a science fiction dystopian psychological thriller. Maybe that's this best, I guess.
Does it?
Say that again.
Doesn't really fit into one genre, it appears, does it? We have to make up our own genres during this whole thing.
Yeah, the film definitely fits into has elements of many, and can fit into various genres,
Yeah, maybe I guess you could say that's the beauty of it. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole lot going on, and it manages to not lose itself in the process, though. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Hollywood, looks like we're commenting new classifications on the spot for movies. You may want to listen on this one. All right. So we're done with Chris. Colton, I'm moving on to you. What movie do you have?
My movie is the very first Resident Evil film. That is a film that, it's as cliched as they come, but I still have a weird, I still find myself drawn to it whenever it comes on, I mean, it's a standard action movie, but it's got a bit of it's shot with style, I guess you could say, before Paul W.S. Anderson went crazy after he got the keys to the kingdom, among other things, It's like we got Mila Jovovich. She's a blank slate, but a interesting one, I guess you could say, because her memories are erased. So she's basically there to be the audience avatar. It's shot in a weird. It's darkly lit, but it kind of adds to everything in a way, and the zombies, they're pretty slow moving, actually, as opposed to the quick runners they'd be later in the series, kind of adding to the horror beat a little bit. It also has a bit of a futuristic tinge to it, since they're in a high-tech facility as opposed to the traditional haunted house. Not sure what sort of genre this would be. It kind of fits into more than one, maybe, I guess. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
All right, I got this one solved. I'm going to solve this one right now. I got it for you. Action thriller. Even though I've never seen it, I know that it's an action thriller. I don't think it's scary enough to be a horror film. There's definitely action in it, so it's probably a suspenseful thriller type of movie. So action thriller. I think that would be the perfect label. But that's just me. Chris, do you have any suggestions?
I would kind of classify the movie as kind of a action, horror, sci-fi thriller, I suppose. What do you describe, Colton? It's just like it's basically about a bunch of grunts, military grunts, trying to stop, it's a bunch of zombies. I mean, it's being very much. I don't know really how to describe it. I haven't seen those movies, I doubt I would be entertained by them. I mean, it's pretty much junk. I mean, it's just like basically your brainless, mindless Southern popcorn movie. I mean, but from what you described, it seems more like. I think it's more of a guilty pleasure. I'm just kidding, but it's really more like it just, I just classify it as an action sci-fi horror. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to classify, really. No, I mean, I believe. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean,
So I'm not sure if I call it a guilty pleasure, but then again, maybe. I think I actually just froze on you for a few seconds there, but
well, not enough to keep it on. Well, I mean, do you think it's Colton? Do you think it's completely bad through and through, or do you think there are legitimately good things about it?
I think there are legitimately good things about it. Actually, like I said, I feel like I felt like despite the fact that it's cliched, it's shot. The actors gave enough of a damn that I actually cared about what happened to them. And I also agree with what you said. You know, it's not scary enough to be a horror film, but it's also got enough but at the same time, it's shot in a very suspenseful. But it is shot in a very suspenseful way at the same time. Also, even though it's not like frightening me, it does kind of get my heart pumping at the same time. So yeah, kind of an action thriller at the same time, like a stylish action, pseudo horror sort of thing, maybe.
So along lines of Blade, perhaps, or do you think
Maybe.
that's scarier?
What would you say, Mike?
Yes, Mike, jump in.
Mike?
Oh shit, his mic ain't working.
I think he's frozen.
No, he's not frozen. He's moving just fine. It's just his mic's not working.
damn.
No, still nothing, Mike. No, this is not a technical thing on Google again. He said he's had some issues with his microphone in the past. So, no, nothing coming still, Mike. I hate when this happens when we're doing live TV, when we're going this on the air, when, you know, a technical glitch like this happens. Oh, guess what? We have something else to talk about besides the damn topic. No, Mike, your volume, your microphone is not working.
And
All right,
he'll be right back after these messages.
Oh,
Nerds You Guys 1 was brought to you by
techno glitches.
Dallas Cowboys. Never mean met such losers as the Dallas Cowboys. These guys don't ride into the sunset, apparently. These ain't some rough riders, I tell you that. Dallas Cowboys, biggest bunch of losers in the world.
Hold on. All right, everyone quiet. Mike, you are back. How's your mic working? Nothing!
No, I know. I wasn't actually saying anything at the time.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well, we can hear you now.
Oh.
Thank goodness that didn't last long. Of course.
I didn't do anything against you personally, Colton. There was no need for that. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, I think with Resident Evil there are elements of horror in there, like with the zombies and the liquor and all the killer homicidal computer. So I think you can call it horror. You can add horror genre in there, but I would definitely say it's more of an action thriller horror. You know, because the action and thriller are more prominent, so you put those first, and then you have the horror element afterwards.
Yeah, I think that about sums it up.
Mystery solved, folks. Well done. We're making
Good job.
some great progress on here. Helping people classify movies. That should be the new. I don't know. That might be a mini series in there somewhere. I'll have to think about that. Moving on, Mike. What movie have you picked?
I've got the cult classic Donnie Darko. I love this movie. But it is. I mean, the best classification I can come up with is mindfuck, because it is so out there. I mean, can you guys come up with a better idea?
I haven't seen this
I think
movie,
mindfuck
but I've
is
heard enough
perfect,
about
I
it
think-
that. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Colton. Go ahead.
I haven't seen this movie, but I've heard enough about it that I think that mindfuck would actually be a very appropriate description of this movie, and why it's so adored. I mean, it's not every day you see a movie about someone hallucinating seeing evil demonic rabbit. You know, I mean,
Well, no, the rabbit isn't demonic. I mean, it isn't evil. It just looks demonic.
Yeah, it's just like,
still, it's the kind of thing you would expect to see in, I don't know, Alice in Wonderland or whatever. Not, and it's
More like
so,
Alice in Wonderland on acid.
and Alice in Wonderland already is acid.
pretty much.
It's the kind of
Chris,
thing
any
that's so,
suggestions?
I suppose more along the lines of, I guess it's psychological horror film. I suppose, you know, because the rabbit is probably would signify the horror element and the fact that he has like these visions about what's gonna happen. You know, I mean, I haven't seen the movie in years. I mean, it's quite a, I would say it's a tough movie. I mean, and it's not an easy one.
No.
No, it's not an easy one. I put it that way. I mean, it does. I suppose it's in the acquired taste, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I think it's I guess psychological thrill horror movie because this kid is basically manipulated to do things, and it causes a very serious accident. But yeah, this movie is my fuck would be probably be the best way to describe it because this movie is just it's a mind bender to me.
Yeah.
It just it's pretty. It's the story's. It's I don't maybe science fiction psychological horror film is probably the best way to identify this film as. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but my fuck surely is applicable because this movie has twists and turns and it make you. It's just it's all hard to process. Man.
Yes, as someone who has seen this movie and could not understand what the fuck was going on there, and I think I've probably seen elements of this movie I've seen clips of that movie at least 5-6 times, and everything about it escapes me to the point that I've completely given up trying to solve what it is. I think mindfuck is a perfect term for it, or psycho mindfuck, however you want to put it. But yeah, mindfuck I think is perfect. Yeah. So I know. That's probably not a term Hollywood would use at all. Kind of got to keep it PC, I guess. But hey, Hollywood, you might want to consider making that an official classification for movies because I think mindfuck suits Donnie Darko perfectly. And I think and I'm pretty sure you made more movies just like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we need to make it PC, how about Mind Screw?
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same charm as mindfuck.
No, it doesn't. But it's more adaptable.
It's too watered down.
You know what? Fuck adaptability. Seriously. Kids can make up their own term, but it's a mind fuck, okay? I mean, you can't say it any better.
Yeah.
All right. So my movie, and it's a recent one, just came out last year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. And I have a hard time classifying the movie because at first I was thinking guilty pleasure. Except the way I define guilty pleasure movies is a movie that you still love despite the fact that it is bad through and through. Which I don't think this movie is bad through and through. Granted, a lot of it is bad, but a lot of it is really, really good. Stephen Amell was a great casting pick for Casey Jones, even though they didn't get his character right. It's nice to see Shredder not look like a fucking Transformer. The Turtles are the star of this movie, as they should be. Seeing Krang was really cool. The Technodrome was impressive to see. And let's not forget about the big stars, the real stars. Bebop and Rocksteady finally make their big screen live-action debut, and they are awesome. In fact, the fight scene they had with the Turtles has instantly became my favorite fight scene in any Turtles movie ever. Yeah, yes, I did drop that. So I can't classify it as a guilty pleasure. I honestly have no clue how to classify it. So I desperately need some help with this, people. So would anyone like to start? Can help me out? Colton, you raised your hand. Good man. What do you got?
You kind of froze there for a second. What did you say, Paul?
You raised your hand like a good student, so I'm going to call on you first. What do you got?
Thank you. All right, I was saying, don't make me mute.
4 gold stars.
I was saying, I'd probably classify this movie as a nostalgia bomb. You know, it's fan service top to bottom. Everything that wasn't in the original film, they basically have in this movie, to the point that it's like when the Black Nerd, Nostalgia Critic, and Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed this movie. They said it was basically like a live action episode of the cartoon show that we all loved back in the day. You know, right down to featuring pretty rushed subplots and what have you, and the characters just doing what they're best known for. Well, with the exception of Casey, but well, that's another story. You know, we got Bebop and Rocksteady fighting the turtles. We got Shredder. He's like, yeah, not a transformer. We actually get to see he's actually kind of a character this time around. You know, April's doing her thing as an assistant, as a sidekick to the turtles. The turtles are the star. I mean, yeah, what more can you? Well, I mean, you can ask for more, but compared to the first movie, this was more, I guess, this is a bit more in a step in a better direction this movie could have gone, I guess, you know. Sure, appealing to childhood nostalgia is a bit of a crime, but, well, at least I guess it's better for them to at least appeal to our nostalgia than go, like, completely off the rails like they did in the original one.
Valid point. Chris, any suggestions? Anything you can help me out with?
Okay, let me say the concept of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the most stupid, most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That being said, I'm just kidding. It's not something I'm into, but I would classify this as a science fiction action comedy, basically. I mean, the Turtles are a bunch of hip, wisecracking personalities. I think I've seen little of the TV show. I mean, the anime series. The event, this team. This is very much laid back and lighthearted, I suppose. You know, I mean, like I said, you know, the Turtles the Turtles personalities. I mean, they're teenagers basically. They're a bunch of overconfident, cocky, you know, group of dudes. I mean, it's just. I don't think I could ever laugh once at this movie. Sci-fi action comedy. It's just like I don't know. Man. I mean, I haven't seen the first one. I mean, apparently I saw my mom said I liked the original film when I was a kid, when I was a little tiny tot, and it's like, how could I ever like that? Like I said, the Turtles wasn't really my thing. I mean, like I said, sci-fi action comedy. From what I think, it's just like I would classify it as that, since it has a sufficient amount of humor to it. You know, it should be hard to classify. Like I said, the Turtles are basically jokers, basically. You know, I mean, they were like a bunch of guys who you can't refuse to offer to like hang out with. So I guess it's sci-fi action comedy. It's more. It's definitely what it should. And that's the label that this movie should be slapped. That's the label you should slap on this movie. You know.
Okay. You know, something that you said about the beginning, Chris, about the Turtles being a really stupid concept. You know what? I mean, you're right about that. I mean, it was a ridiculous concept right from the beginning. I mean, when the original graphic novel came out in '84, it was supposed to be a satire of grim, dark superheroes, a satire of Frank Miller and whatnot. I'm never meant to be taken seriously. So
that was like 2 years before he came out with Dark Knight, though.
Well, 1 year, but when Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, when they came out with it, it was supposed to be a satire of superhero stuff. So you're right about that. It was a really ridiculous concept.
Now, Paul, get this. There are 4 turtles that get thrown into the sewer, and they find this ooze that makes them grow into anthropomorphic creatures, and then they get taught to be ninjas by a walking, talking rat. And they fight a guy with armor that's got blades all over it, right? And he's helped by an alien brain from another dimension.
Yes,
and they've got a mutated rhinoceros and a wild boar that help them, right? Okay,
Yeah.
get it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's a stupid idea.
Chris was absolutely right about that. That being said, that doesn't change the fact that you insulted my childhood icons, Chris, so you need to be punished.
No.
So while we watch that, Mike, do you have any suggestions?
I'm gonna say in this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mind just kind of went blank for some reason. I'm just no idea why.
Chris's tirade.
Yeah, that's it. I would call it. Chris, please back away from the camera. That is far too close. Far too close.
Oh God! We're gonna watch this
a
for a
master
while.
control operator, Colton.
What? Take that back, you bottom-feeding prick.
What?
Exactly.
Not my motherfucking.
While those two chill out, Mike, please continue.
I'm gonna go with a nostalgic guilty pleasure. I am gonna classify this as a guilty pleasure because it hits the right notes for you because you were a fan of the original cartoon. But if you were not a fan of the original cartoon, this is not a good movie at all. It is a really, really cheesy, stupid movie. No offense. I mean,
right.
like the tapping on a computer. It says that the alien's name is Krang. How the hell did the computer know that?
Because Donatello's a fucking tech genius. Okay, he can do anything.
He does machines.
He does machines.
Mean that the information was on the computer already.
He hacked the Technodrome.
Of course.
That's what he did. He hacked the Technodrome computer. Boom.
The Technodrome!
Just like a computer virus can kill an alien mothership in ID4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good movie. Just plain and simple, it was not a good movie. So, because it hits, welcome back, Chris. Because it hits the right notes for you. Because it hit the right notes for you as a nostalgic part of your childhood, it makes it a nostalgic guilty pleasure. Doesn't make it a good movie, but it means that since you love the cartoon, you love the movie. Well, you love parts of the movie.
Very well said. I think Colton gave the right word, but you gave the right description. Nostalgia bomb.
Yeah.
I'm going with that one. So you two did well done. All we got from Chris was good entertainment. So thank you for that. We love having you laugh. We love getting a laugh out of you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Hey, put that finger down, Chris. That just...
Shut up. Dragon Ball Z sucks. Oh my God.
all right.
Chris,
all right.
are we gonna have to go Clockwork Orange on your ass and make you watch all of DBZ?
We'll put on Dragon Ball Super form. So anyway, guys,
No. Let's make
this is
it
going
more
to wrap up episode 98 of the show. So I want to thank all of you for being here. This was a whole lot of fun. Nice short episode. Mike, it was very nice having you on board.
I think we should make him watch the entire Frieza saga.
No!
One right after
5 minutes, then the planet explodes.
The longest 5 minutes in television history,
That's
I would
about
say.
10 or 15 episodes.
Yeah.
But anyway, always great to be here.
Yes, indeed. Colton, it was a pleasure having you here.
It was nice to be here, man. I'm looking forward to episode 100 also.
Yeah, we're closing in on that one. I cannot believe it. And Chris, as always, my friend, it was a pleasure having you here.
It was great, especially doing this kind of episode. Oh, it's finally get to find out how I can classify these movies. It was just actually a lot quite interesting subject. I really
It was indeed. All right, folks. So we will see you next week on episode 99. We're closing in on 100 episodes, folks. I cannot believe it. Hope you'll tune into that one. But we got one more to go before that episode 99. We'll see you there next week. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.